Okay, so on to the next track in Neil's Scales and Sounds 535 mini-series, man. This is the second last track. We're actually almost at the end. It's been a very chill series. It's actually been a very, very mellow music, and it's been a vibe. It's actually been quite a vibe. For those of you who are only joining us now, I suggest you go right back to the beginning and listen from there. My favorite track so far is Cardinal Black, Rise Up. I think that was the best track so far. Right, not that I didn't like the other ones. The other ones were also great, but I don't know. Cardinal Black just had some sass. You know what I mean? This one over here, again, we got Lynne Jackaman. This is called Copycat. Let's see what we got over here. Let's rock and roll.
Reaching out for pictures that control you from the shell. Don't be a total has been conceited copycat. Don't be a total has been conceited.
Some people actually genuinely need to be called out in this kind of vibe, because they've got like two kinds of personas. They've got the persona where they are a certain way behind closed doors, right? And then when they're with friends, and I've seen that with people like friends of mine, right? And to a certain degree, I was like that in my younger years as well, in my 20s as well. It came to a point where it's like, only when I got to my 30s, I realized how like sort of stupid I was in my 20s, right? Because you tend to do that. You tend to, all of a sudden, you tend to morph to your environment, tend to morph to your friends as opposed to just being you, right? So you get into these spaces where like you'll go out with friends, and in order to, you become someone completely different, right? You try to act, try to show off. I've spent countless amounts of money, God knows how much, trying to show off what a big dog I was when I was in my 20s, right? And in my 20s, I made a fair amount of money, you know what I mean? And I blew a fair amount of money. Let me put it that way. Do you know what I mean? But all for people who never gave a fuck. Like, all for people who didn't care. They were very cool to take. Like, you know, everyone would take it. If you're going to be the big dog who's going to go and buy the whole fucking club drinks, everyone's going to take, for sure, right? But they were never the genuine people, essentially. That wasn't authentically me. I was trying to be just someone else. I didn't even realize who I was trying to be. I was just trying to be the fucking macho man, keep up with the Joneses, look, I've got money type vibe. And I realized that I wasn't happy. Innately, I wasn't happy within myself, essentially. And actually, the only time that started to like fade, where I was like, you know, I got rid of people in my circle, and you know, I got called out and stuff like that. It's also like when I met my wife sort of grounded me, and she's like, you are who you are, and you're an amazing guy with who you are, right? You don't need to pretend to all these fucking people that don't give a fuck about you. And I'm like, fuck, you know what? You actually have a point. That's what I'm saying. It's like, that's when someone loves you in a relationship, when someone adores you, like, or even in a friendship and things like that, they're going to call you out on that type of shit. And that type of shit is hard to fucking swallow. It's not easy to swallow when people tell you you're fake. You know what I mean? It's like, ugh. Like when people tell you you're a fucking sheep, you're not a leader, you're a sheep. You know what I mean? It's like, ugh. Like, fuck, that is a hard thing to swallow, right? But that's the only way that you're going to ever change anything, is when you hear something like that, where it's like they call you out on that hard stuff, that when you look in the mirror and you look at yourself and you're like, fuck, I am this, man. You know what I mean? And you break through that delusion, right? Those are the people you want in your circle. Those are the people. If you want to be a leader, you need leaders in your circle, right? Leaders that want followers are not leaders. They're just as much a sheep as the people that follow them, right? Any leader, a true leader, needs to have leaders among them. Leaders that'll sit there and say, they'll call you out on your bullshit and actually make you a better person. It's like, what you did is fucking wrong. I don't care whether you like it. I don't care whether I'm your friend or not. But because I'm your friend, this is why. You know what I mean? Because I'm your friend, I'm not going to let you just mope around in a fucking corner and feel sorry for yourself. Get the fuck up and start looking up and do something for yourself, right? Or else, like, I'm stepping out, right? This is not the circle I want to be in. That's a fucking friend at the end of the day. A friend that is going to sit and tell you everything you want to hear, those are the people you need to get out of your circle. You have to get those people out of your circle. You want the people that tell you the hard truth, and you're gonna want to swallow that, right? Right to the point that you'll choke on it, because that is how real change happens. Come on.
Consider copycat. And doing what you're told.
I see you being everything but broke, but you are broke, right? I see you acting as if you're not, but you are. You know what I mean? What are you acting? What kind of image? What image are you putting out to the world? Who and for who? For who? For people who don't give a fuck about you? People who don't care? Seriously, you're going out there and they'll take advantage of you. If you're going to act that way, they'll take advantage of you. They'll be like, oh, well, you want to be the fool and you want to buy everybody fucking drinks. So you want to act like the fucking top dog. Cool. No, I'll take advantage of that. No problem. You know what I mean? So it's like, I see you acting everything that you're not. You know what I mean? Stop trying to act like your environment. How about you just be you? You know what I mean?
Actresses and doing what you're told. Believing every image that you're sold. Imitating somebody that you don't even know. You've got all the pieces that you need. Just bring them all together and become the one you see. Time to stand up and escape conformity. Know that you have more to give and tell your own story. Don't be
Whoever is married to Lynne, or whoever's in a relationship with Lynne Jackaman, now she's a keeper, man. Keep this lady. She knows what's up, man. This is the kind of woman you want by your side, man. This is your kind of ride or die that'll fucking make you great. Let me just tell you.
Tell your own story. Don't be a toy. Has been considered copycat. Don't be a toy. Has been considered copycat. You can lead the way to your own image of yourself. Don't you let them try to define you compared to someone else.
Yeah, and it's crazy, man. When you're young and dumb, man, your environment can very, very fucking quickly shape you, right? Specifically, man, your environment can very, very quickly shape you. Do you know what I mean? Because you play into that ego bullshit, right? And you play into that sort of clan, tribe sort of mentality where you always want to be up there with your mates. And even if you don't have the money, but your mates do have the money, you try to, like, you can put yourself in a lot of fucking trouble, right? Purely just to keep up an image that you just, you can't afford at the time. Do you know what I mean? And the problem is that you need someone on the other side that's going to fucking ground you and tell you that hard truth. And it's going to cut at your fucking ego. Trust me, I know. It is going to cut at that fucking ego. You're going to weigh and sulk like a fucking child, right? But at some point, it's just going to click in your head that, oh, fuck, she's just right, man. She's just right. You know what I mean? What else comes with age at the end of the day? Like, like you get to your 30s and you look back and you're like, oh my God, what? How stupid was I in my 20s? Oh my God. Do you know what I mean? It comes with wisdom, man. Wisdom and good people around you, man.
Don't be a
arrangements in her music. It's very cool, very vibey, loungy as well.
Just be yourself.
Yeah. Love this song. Also one of my favorites. I like this song because it actually cuts to the heart of a real problem that we have in society, specifically today. Like if it was bad back in my day, trust me, it's 10 times worse today with social media, where everyone's trying to be like everybody else. Right? Everyone's just trying to be clones of everybody else outside of just being themselves, essentially, and it's wrecking them inside. They're actually fighting a battle inside, right? It's completely and utterly wrecking them because they cannot accept that they just are who they are and they just can't be who other people are. And the majority of people that are putting, I'm talking about 99% of the people that are putting that bullshit out on social media aren't like that, right? You're trying to be what most of society isn't. Right, because they're putting their best foot forward, and their best foot forward, if you pan out into their actual lives, their life is a fucking mess. It's chaos, it's depression, it's all that kind of crap, right? So we're trying to follow something that is just not real, right? It's completely superficial at the end of the day, and we've got that happening massively in society. And the most important thing about a human being is that they are unique. The greatest thing about a person, there is nobody like you. You are the only one like you. There's no one like you. You're the only one that exists on this planet that is like you. That is unique in itself, right? Why would you not just want to be that, right? Like I say, it's part of growing up, and it's part of getting to learn that, right? That at a certain point you get to, like, I'm now in my 30s, I'm almost 40, right? And I don't give a fuck what people think about me. Like, I don't care when people, like, if they look at me, then I don't care what they think about what I'm wearing. I don't care what they think about what I drive. I don't care what they think about. I don't care anything. I don't give a fuck about what they think. It's like, you'll have people that'll have, like, cars that'll try and rub it in your face. Like, I told you once about a friend of mine was, you know what I mean, like, it talks about a Lamborghini. He's like, oh, wait, your Lamborghini. I'm like, listen, you fucking, you showing me a Lamborghini, like you're showing me a liability, and you want me to measure you up against your liability. Like, where's your asset? You know what I mean? My asset is right here, my child and my wife. Those are my assets, right? You can measure me up against those assets, right? You telling me to measure you up against a liability. That's what you're telling me to measure you up against? Really? How shallow is that? That's ridiculous. But anyway, you guys let me know what you think about this particular track, and I'll catch you on the very last one. Peace.